ABC is a triangle where the corners of A and C are 0, 6 and 4, 2 respectively. G is 2, 3 and 4, 3 is the centroid of triangle ABC. AG intersects BC at the point B, P. So, if I continue down AG, it hits BC at the point P. So is everybody happy that this here is the point P? Yeah. Now, quickest way to do this is it has a ratio of 2:1, doesn't it? So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say 0, 6 goes to 2, 3, 4, 3. Now, how much do I have to add to the x value? Would everybody agree it's 2/3 to x? Yeah? And then how much to y? So what's 6 take away 4/3? 6 take away 4/3 is you're taking away 14/3 to y. Does that make sense? Now, the ratio is 2:1, so that's a distance of 2. Next thing we want to do is go a distance of 1. So 1 would be half of that distance I just showed you there. So what's half of 2/3? And what happens when you add 1/3 onto it? 1. And once again, what's half of 4 minus 14/3? And what's 4/3 minus 7/3? And you get minus 1. The answer is 1 minus 1. A lot of you tried the formula and it didn't go well. So if you're going to do the formula, will you do it properly? Alright, didn't go well for you. Alright, so that's the coordinates of P. Now the coordinates of B, what does it say about B? Alright, so, G is a centroid. What's the definition of a centroid? Does anybody know how to make a centroid? What is a centroid, lads? Anybody know? Huh? So 2 ways of doing this, alright? What you do is you get the midpoint of any point, isn't it? Is that right? The midpoint of any line, and what you do with the midpoint of any line? You draw it to the opposite. Sorry. You draw it to the opposite vertex, like so. Alright? Like so. And like so. And what you have there is the centroid. So, there's a really cheap way of doing this. We're going to do this 2 different ways. Because it is the centroid, what do we know? That P has to be the midpoint. P is the midpoint. So, I think one of you did it this way. So, this is the midpoint. So, how'd you go from 4 to 1? Anybody know how you do that? And how'd you go from 2 to minus 1? So therefore, what's the answer? Go another minus 3? Sorry, 1 of them's plus 3. Sorry. 1 of them's minus 3. Are they both minus 3? Oh, sorry, I'm wrong. So what's 1 minus 3? And what's minus 1 minus 3? Okay, who did it that way? Using the midpoints. Alright, how many of you guys decided to call the point B, for argument's sake, call the point B, I don't know, xy? And you use the centroid formula, which is x1 plus x2 plus x3. Is it over 2 or over 3? Over 3, is it? And y1 plus y2 plus y3 over 3. Now what are the 3 points we're looking at? See 4, 2? You select the 3 points on the centroid. So we have 0, 6, we have 4, 2, and we have xy. Is that okay with you guys? and label them x1, y1 and x2, y2. So x1, y1, x2, y2, x3, y3. Alright, put them in and you're going to get 0 plus what? Plus 4 plus x all over 3, and you're going to get 6 plus 2 plus y all over 3. Then we know the answer for the centroid is what? What's the answer for the centroid? 2/3 and 4/3. What value of x will cause this to be 2/3? Would everybody agree it's -2? And what value of y would cause this to be 4/3? That'd be 8, wouldn't it? And 8 minus 4 would give you 4. So there you go. That's your xy value, because you can figure it out using that formula. I'm going to pause it there. We already did that. Prove that C is the order center of the triangle ABC. What are the 3 points again? What's A?
0, 6.
B?
4, 2.
4, 2. Isn't that -2 minus?
What's C?
What?
B is -2. C is 4.
So what's B? Oh, sorry. C. So A is that. What's B?
That's 0, that's 4.
And what's C?
2.
Alright. Does anybody remember how to get an order center? What's the technique? So you need to know this, generally you need to know this technique off by heart, alright? So just imagine I have a generic triangle. What's the order center rule again? Anybody know?
When the slope is the inverse equation, it's the opposite one.
You get the slope of any line, and what you do then?
The inverse equation is the opposite one.
So opposite angle, and you do a perpendicular slope. Is that alright? Perpendicular slope through the opposite vertex. Alright? And then you do the same thing here. See the blue line? You'd get a perpendicular slope to this black line here, and you'd go through the opposite vertex, and where they cross each other is the point. Out of interest, how many people used AB? Hands up if you used AB for your answer. Slope of AB. Alright. Did you use BC and AC, was it? How many people use BC and AC? No. I'll just go for AB if that's okay. So, what we're going to do here, guys, is imagine the point C is 4, 2. So imagine this point here is 4, 2. It's not drawn on the scale. And this slope, this is A, which is 0, 6. And this is B, which is -2, -4. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to get the slope of this graph here. You okay with that? So how do we get the slope? Slope formula, okay? And x2, y2, 1. Alright, so I'm going to get 6 plus 4, because minus 4 is plus 4, divided by 0 minus 2. And we get a slope of 5. Slope of 5. Alright, slope of 5. The yellow line has a slope of 5. Therefore, what's the slope of the blue line? What's the slope of the blue line then? Has to be perpendicular. -1/5. You're going to throw it into the equation of the line formula, and you're going to get the equation of the dotted blue line. So the equation of the dotted blue line will be, what point does the dotted blue line go through? 4, 2. Okay, it's going to be y minus 2 minus 1/5 into x minus 4, multiply up 5y minus 10 equals minus 1x, what's that, plus 4, and then x plus 5y equals 14. We cool with that? Alright, we're going to repeat this procedure using using BC. This is B, this is C. BC is the purple line. Everybody happy that BC is the purple line? Would somebody be so kind as to just give me the slope of BC? What's the slope of BC? What? 1. Is everybody happy that the green line is perpendicular to BC? So what would be the slope of the green line? -1. What point does the green line go through? 0, 6. So we can get the equation of that line using the point 0, 6. 0, 6 is now x1 and y1. So it's going to be, using the equation of the line formula, it's going to be y minus 6 equals -1 into x minus 0. And then we're going to get out y minus 6 equals -1x. X plus y equals 6. How do we find out where the green line hits the blue line? Simultaneous equation. I'll just multiply that one by minus, and we should be able to get the answer. I'm about to get 4y equals 8, y equals 2. Is that alright? And if y equals 2, x must equal 4. And that is also the point C, isn't it? We all good? Alrighty. Now, next question, which I believe was heavily modified. Yes, Tom? Yeah, go on. Alright. Now, alright, a stadium can hold 25,000 people. People attending a regular event at the stadium must purchase a ticket in advance. When the ticket price is €20, the expected, so €20 tickets, and what you get is 12,000 people. Is that okay with you guys? Okay. For every €1 reduction, the attendance will increase by 1,000 people. So what does that mean about €19? And then what does that mean about 18 people? €18. Yeah. Can somebody generalize that equation for me? Anybody care to try and generalize that? Right. First of all, would everybody agree it's 12,000 to begin with? Okay? €20, you want the amount of money you're charging under €20. Does that make sense? So for the case of 19 people, we did 20 take away 19 multiplied by. Would you agree that's what we did? 20 take away 19 is 1. 1 times 1,000. 1,000. Add it onto the 12,000 and we got 13,000. And what about the next one then? What happens if we did 18 people? What would happen? Or €18 tickets? It's 20 take away 18 is 2. 2 by 1,000, 2,000. 12,000 plus 2,000, 14,000. What can I replace in here instead? X. X is now your ticket price. Is that okay? And if you multiply this out, which we will, we'll end up getting 20,000 plus 12,000, which is 32,000 minus 1,000 x. Is that okay? So, next thing. Write down an expected income from the sales of the tickets for such an event. How do you calculate how much money you make? Would everybody agree it's price per ticket multiplied by what? Yeah, number of tickets sold. So what can we say about that? If the price of your ticket is X, then what do we say after that? 32,000 minus 1,000. x is the amount. You can also multiply that into, is that okay? Now, done. The next question Mr. McNeshy asked you is find this maximum expected income. Now, you guys haven't done differentiation yet. So Mr. McNeshy said that the answer is x equals 16. It's 16 euros calculated to be the maximum yield. Do you know how else you could have found that out? So lads, because you guys haven't done differentiation yet, what you could have done is this. You could have went for 32,000. Okay, and then what's it? X euro, is it? And then you start at minus 1,000 x squared. And you can set your ticket price, start at free tickets versus 25 euro tickets. And look what happens. Free tickets, for some reason, you have no people in the stadium, which is highly weird. But anyways, when you charge, oh, sorry, my formula's wrong. What did you say?
That's for English.
That's what?
Yeah, it's for English.
What?
That's the...
Thank you, Aaron. So that's, it's the expected income formula. So if you charge no money per ticket, what's going to happen? You make no money. If you charge €1, you're going to have 31,000 people there. If you charge €2, you're going to have 30,000 people there. Right? And you go all the way up until the income gets at its maximum. And where is the income at its maximum? At 16. So we actually could have figured that out anyway, couldn't we? So what you do, you just sub it in, don't you? And sub in the 16. And what did we find out that the maximum income was? 256,000 euro. Is that okay? Now, next thing is we're going to go for done. Alright. Now, here's the question. Suppose that the tickets are priced instead at a value that is expected to give full attendance at the stadium. Find the difference between the income from the sale of the tickets at this price and the maximum income calculated above. So would everybody agree that the maximum income is this much here? Is that right? Sorry, 256,000. Alright, what's a full stadium? 25,000. So using this formula here, right, 32,000 multiplied by, sorry, is 25,000, isn't it? So what did we learn earlier? That we learnt earlier that selling the tickets at €20 gets how many people? Sorry, does everybody remember that €12 gets how many people? €12 got 20,000 people, is that correct? Oh, sorry, €20 got 20,000 people. Oh, sorry, 12,000. Getting totally mixed up there. €20 per ticket got 12,000. Let's work our way up here. 19 gets 13, 18 gets 14, and keep working your way up until you find out what 25,000 is. So really quickly, what's that? That'll be 19 and 13. It'll be 20 and 14. It will be. Sorry, I'm working downwards. Sorry, my fault. €18, 14. What next? 17, 15, 16, 16. Keep going. 15, 17, 14, 18. Keep going. 13, 19, What's it? 12 and 20 the opposite way. That selling tickets for €12 will get 20,000 people in. Keep going. 11 and anybody? 10 and 2. Geez, what's it? 9 and 23. 8 and 24 and 7 and 25. Does anyone have a quicker way of doing that? There is. What's the quicker way? Go back to your original equation. Here, wasn't it? And what do we say? Expected attendance, we could have just equaled that to. Could have equaled that to 25,000, couldn't we? And then we get 1,000x equals, and x would equal. That was much quicker, wasn't it? How many of you counted downwards? Self and Chris, two of a kind, right? So everybody happy with 7? Now we're going to run it into the equation. Now what's the equation for money made? What's it? It's 32,000x minus 1,000x squared. And we're going to sub in the number 7 because it's €7 worth. And what do we get here, guys? I can just read off my table function, can't I? 175,000. Now what's the difference between the two incomes? 256,000 and 75,000. Everybody got 81,000 in the difference? Who got that one out of interest? No. Blah blah blah. This one here, right? No. We have to think about this question really, really carefully, okay? Has to be super careful, right? Stadium was full for a recent event. 2 types of tickets were sold. A single ticket for €16. So we might let X be the X's single tickets. Are we okay with that? Okay. And family ticket will let Y equal family ticket. Okay. The income from the event was 365,000. Alright. Now, how many people did they say the stadium was full? So attendance was 25,000. Would that make sense? Now here's the deal here. Okay? Right. Would everybody agree, for every single ticket you have one person? So 1 multiplied by the number of single tickets gives you the amount of people that bought a single ticket. Does that make sense? Alright? But for each family ticket, how many people are there? 4 multiplied by the number of family tickets gives you how many people bought, how many people were there because of family tickets. So would everybody agree that that equals 25,000? That equation right there is where you get 25,000 from. Is that okay? Now, next thing. The income from the event was €365,000. Haven't used that information yet, have I? So that information is currently not in use. If 1,000 more family tickets had been sold and income from the event would have been reduced by €14,000, how many family tickets were sold? The goal of the question is to find out the Y value, isn't it? Okay. Now, who got really close on this? There was one guy who got really close. Who was it? I think I wrote it down. Was it yourself, Aaron? Good man. I think I wrote a compliment saying you got really close. Maybe it was. Alright, so let's think about this. We got to figure out how the money was made. Okay? Now, we don't have the cost of a family ticket, do we? Does it mention anything about the cost of a family ticket? So what letter do I need to use for that, lads? Pick a letter that's not in use. C or Z. I'll use C because it's not in use. Now C is the cost of a ticket. Cost of a family ticket. Okay, let's do this again. X gets multiplied by what for money? Would you agree with 16x? 16 euro multiplied by the number of single tickets sold gives you the revenue from the single tickets. Would everybody be happy with CY? What's CY? The cost of the family tickets multiplied by the amount of family tickets. And that equals 256,000 euro. Okay? The next thing we're on is we're on the next part. And I'll have a look at this here. Right? If 1,000 more family tickets were sold, so what does that mean about the family tickets? It's no longer Y. What is it? It's no longer Y. It's Y plus 1,000. Is that all right? Where am I getting Y plus 1,000 from? 1,000 more sold, correct? But here's the kicker. If you sell 1,000 more family tickets, how many people is that? That means you have to sell 4,000 less. Is it full on the second time as well? Does it say it's full on the second one? What? So if you sell 4,000, if stadium was full for a special event. So if you sell more family tickets, that's your stadium's too full, isn't it? Because it said it was at capacity in the first question, didn't it? So this means that your number of single tickets actually has to reduce by 4,000. Because you're including 4,000 more people with the family. So it means you have to reduce the single tickets by 4,000 as well. Let's recalculate the amount of money this time. 16 multiplied by what, lads? X minus 4,000. Plus C multiplied by what? Okay. Equals 14,000 less, which is what? 242,000. Oh, sorry. Sorry, the income's 365, is it? Sorry, my fault. So the income on the first one is 365,000. Just have patience with this for 1 second. And what's 365,000 take away 14,000? Right, stick with me for 1 second. I'm about to wrap this up. 16x plus cy. 64,000 here. And what's that? 1,000 C, is it? Okay, so that's 1,000 C. Ouch. It's not great. Alright. And that will equal, what's 351,000 plus 64,000? Anybody? 400 and? Sorry, just stick with me for 1 second, lads. Just never want to do this question again. Now look at this. It gets very easy now. What you know is about the red, what you know is about these two equations. Literally only be a second longer. What do you think about these two equations? Top one take away, bottom one take away the top one. Look at this. Ready? Cancel it, yeah? Cancel. 1,000 C equals, what's the two of them taken away from each other? 50,000. Your C value is 50. And because your C value is 50, what you can then figure out is you then have a normal simultaneous equation. See the way that's 50y now? And now you can figure out what the y value is using a regular simultaneous equation. And that will tell you how many family tickets you actually sold. Alright guys, well done.